So I was recently on Raider Nation Radio in Las Vegas. Your boy Q is the host of that show, and he also hosts Locked On Raiders and Locked On Bets. You can hear him on the weekends occasionally on ESPN Radio. He's a very busy man, and he's really good at what he does. Well, when I was on there with your boy Q, we talked a little bit about some Buckeye players. Post-pro day, post-combine, what are my thoughts? And at the end of the segment, when I was on the radio show, I said this phrase, capture the moment, seize the day. Now, I forget which player I was talking about in the moment, but Q had me say it once again because he says, I don't want to misquote you. Capture the moment, seize the day. And that goes for everybody. Combine, pro day, doesn't matter. Spring practice, fall camp, week 3 in the season. You got to capture the moment as a player and seize the day. Seize the opportunity that is right in front of you. And I do believe Cam Martinez is currently capturing the moment, all the moments he has right now during spring practice. The Buckeyes recently got a transfer in from Syracuse in Jahad Carter. I know coming in, when he transferred, I said it then, I believe he's going to be your nickel corner in the upcoming season. Beginning of spring practice, I even said it once again. I even think that Jahad Carter not getting reps during the first team period of not getting first team reps during the first team period of spring practice, it didn't matter to me. I still thought he was going to be a starter in the upcoming season. Cam Martinez was there, and what we saw was there were no transfers that were part of the first unit for the defense during that particular practice. Not a problem at all. Just kind of prove yourself, keep working, keep grinding to prove you should be a starter at your new school. Not a big problem at all. Jahad Carter got hurt during the Student Appreciation Day the Buckeyes had, I believe, a couple Saturdays ago. And you know what happens when a guy gets hurt? It allows another guy to have the opportunity to step up, to prove himself, to make plays, and to make it harder for the coaches to decide who should be the starter. Now let's flash back to that first team period when the first team defense was out there. Cam Martinez was out there in that nickel corner or cover safety position. And so I'm sitting here thinking, okay, cool. Like, I still believe what I believe. I still think Davison Igmanosa is going to start opposite Denzel Burke at corner. I still, at the time, thought Jahad Carter was going to be the starter for the Buckeyes at nickel corner or cover safety. Like, these are the beliefs that I have about the team. Now, my mind might be shifted just a little bit currently because Jahad Carter's injury might not be the only thing that is motivating Cam Martinez right now. Cam Martinez has been grinding. He has been working. He's been making plays all spring practice. And he's been showing, hey, I know it didn't start a year ago. I even know that I got scored on late in the season. May have been against Georgia. But one thing I do know is this. That was the past. If Cam Martinez knows anything about football and he knows that this is his moment to shine, and especially with an injury out there, he has to capture this moment, baby. He got to seize the day. Because if he does those two things every time he's on the field, every time he's working out, in every meeting, what are we going to find? We might see that Cam Martinez might be the best option for the Buckeyes at that nickel corner or cover safety position. I say both because I understand that some people say cover safety because Ohio State wants to run a safety-driven defense. I haven't really shared many thoughts about that. I may do that in the offseason in the summer because it kind of goes against what a lot of people are taught about football and how defense is supposed to be ran. But we all understand, like, cover safety, that's what Ohio State wants to do, safety-driven defense. So I try to use both thoughts, both words when describing that position. But man, Cam Martinez, we might be looking at this young man being a starter at Ohio State in the upcoming season because of the work he's been putting in. Not just because he's been competing every single practice, but while competing, he's also showing he can be a guy, a solid piece of the pie for the Ohio State Buckeyes in the secondary. Easily was the weakest position at Ohio State a year ago. Easily. I will say that. I will say it again. And I'm somebody that tells you the D-line was not consistent last year at all either. Like, if you want to say what were the weakest positions on Ohio State's team a year ago, it's probably D-line and it's probably secondary. Secondary 1, D-line 2. That's something you don't normally think about at Ohio State. But that's where we are. And so when it comes to Cam Martinez, my only thought is, buddy, keep grinding. Capture the moments. Seize the day. Take advantage of the opportunities in front of you. One, during practice, but also a guy you're competing with is actually injured. And so I never want injuries. I never hope for injuries. I'm not someone that's going to say, I want that guy hurt. No, that ain't me. And I hope that's not you either. But what I do want is for you to take advantage of an opportunity. If somebody happens to be hurt, because injuries are going to happen, take advantage of it. Take advantage of the extra reps, the extra film time, extra time with coach. Take advantage of those moments. Because if you do that, if Cam Martinez does that, he could find himself starting for the Ohio State Buckeyes in the upcoming season.